Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV, gossip, and of course, Jeff Lewis and the Jeff Lewis After Show. OMG. So I apologize for being a few minutes late. I got an amazing phone call right before I was going up, and from a person that I absolutely trust. They have very much some experience in something similar that I'm doing, but they were on TV dealing with it and a much bigger public figure, obviously, than me. And, I'm an Aries. People come at me and they post lies, out and out lies, and huge exaggerations when I haven't said any lies. And it's really a fine line of not addressing it at all because it just fuels the haters. You're never going to change their mind. But when they overcross boundaries and um, post my address, post my dead mother's address, post my backyard pictures, fucking psychos. Okay. So nothing about me is crazy like that. Facts are facts. I'm a factual person. I'm an Aries. Do not come at my integrity. I am Sarah from Texas on social media. I am also Sarah McSpadden in my real life. I have a husband of 23 years. I have 5 amazing children. I have friends and family that love and adore me and trust me. I had plans to come on here and to prove myself with the facts on all of the issues that I already talked about last night's subscriber Instagram Live and YouTube Live that is still up to be watched. I go into all of the details, not blasting anyone. I go into all of the details and the facts. There are way more facts that are unfolding. I'm finding out way more truths that are beyond disappointing. Unless it becomes a legal matter, which I don't anticipate it to be because I have done absolutely nothing wrong, I will keep that information to myself. I'm going to take the advice from the phone call that I just got from an adoring person that I love and respect and just go on about my life, being myself, being the positive reality TV, Jeff Lewis, loving girl that I am. Luna, what are you eating? Lulu. Hold on. Luna's eating something. Lulu, what you eating? Oh, a pencil. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Sorry, Lulu got a pencil, my co-host. And so the information is up on my Instagram subscriber from last night. It's up on my YouTube membership. I won't be addressing it any further. I had planned to. It's hard to, don't like me. Say my eyes are ugly. Say I'm crazy. She's obsessed. Whatever. Don't say lies that are horrific and cruel and damaging to me personally and to my accounts. Because, yes, as much as I stumbled into this for fun, so I could have people to chat with reality TV and especially Jeff Lewis about, it has become a business I never planned on. I don't really know what I'm doing. I do know that I have no ill intentions. If I made any mistakes, I absolutely will own them. I have absolutely reached out to anyone that needs to be reached out directly. I had a paid event producer for my event that always reminded me that he was the professional. I had never done this before. I didn't know what I was doing. I've never done a live event. I'm clueless. I'm just a girl in Texas. Let me handle everything. Mistakes were made. Okay. And I have apologized directly to everyone that needs to be apologized to, wholeheartedly. I did nothing with an ill intent. Everything I did was to be fun. It is common to do trade outs for a live event. They were very excited to work with us. They came up with all of these prizes and gifts and goodie bags on their own, and absolutely knew this was a Sarah from Texas fan account reaching out, not Jeff Lewis, not Shane Douglas, no one affiliated. I all have either I've met them in person or I have a great DM relationship with them. I'm not their friends. I'm not trying to be Jeff's friend. I'm no one's friend. I have enough friends in my life, thankfully. But I reached out to them after running it by my event producer, and then he went forward with everything after that. I have since reached out to them, and we did not use any of the products. We didn't use any of the goodie bags or prizes. And I apologized to them if they ever thought I was misleading, which they said absolutely not. We would love to work with you in the future. No hard feelings. I have those texts. I was on the phone call with one person. I have the voice message from someone else. I have the proof if necessary. And I don't think it will be necessary because I know the proof. I know the facts, and so do they. And I'm assuming maybe Jeff Lewis has reached out between them, and they will communicate the facts also on my behalf, since it was made public without anyone speaking out against me. Again, I was going to address the Monroe rumors. I will not. I will just say I have absolutely never crossed a line. I have absolutely never stalked Monroe's school. I never stalked them on the streets of New York City. I've never toured her elementary school. Never in my life. I've never been inappropriate with that. And I would never. Am I perfect? No. I go live 5 or 6 days a week. I don't edit any of this. I challenge you to hear lies and allegations spread about you and not want to defend yourself. I've realized I've been at this a year and a half now. There is no convincing anyone if they have their mindset. It doesn't matter. Everyone listens to the same information and we all hear it differently. The ones that support me and know me and listen to my content most of the time, they understand that I am a person of integrity. Absolutely. I do this for fun. I do not do this for profit. Okay. The event was not for profit at all. I had a paid event producer. So I take absolutely responsibility for that. If a mistake was made, it was absolutely not with a bad intention at all. It was just me thinking as a fan what I would want at a live event. And I thought, oh, my gosh, goodie bags, products, how fun, as a trade out for their logo being all around the business, the venue, which they all agreed to. So I've said way more than I intended to. Let's get into, I would say shout out news, but I don't even think there's any shout out news. Honestly, I didn't sleep very well last night. This has been a lot. I am not a weak person. I'm just a factual person who wants to clear up the facts with everyone. And I have just got the amazing advice from the person that called me minutes before I went live. And they said, just move forward. Don't even address it any further. Everyone knows who you are and you cannot convince other people. So moving forward, I don't know much shout out news because obviously I've been busy, and but I did listen to the Jeff Lewis show, Kyle Richards, it was, and Megan Weaver. So on Friday's show, even though I was super busy, I watched the commercials. So Friday's show was Margaret Josephs and Marge Sr. and Lexi, her creative director. I wasn't able because I was so busy having so much fun with the Chumbettes Friday morning through Sunday night when I flew home. Sunday night, I stayed up late and I finally watched the video clip, the uncut video from Friday's show. And the commercial breaks at the very beginning. Don't forget, Marge Sr. is a huge Jeff Lewis Live fan. Huge. So even though Margaret Josephs is friends with Jeff and comes on the show and probably listens when she can, Marge Sr. is a huge Jeff Lewis Live fan. So at the first commercial break, go back and listen to it on the SiriusXM app if you didn't already. They ask about about Megan Weaver. And Jeff says, well, this is being recorded, so I'm going to be careful what I say. He said something along the lines of, we're still working on things. I knew that he had already announced that Megan was going to be on Tuesday with Kyle Richards. So I was like, well, things must be okay then. So, it just kind of, I think anytime you have such an issue with a friend or a professional person, it's not instantaneous that it's all wrapped up like, a bow. So it sounded great today. I was glad that I didn't hear any animosity between Megan or Jeff. I didn't see anything in the picture. So that makes me very happy. But I did notice that from Friday. So I'm just wondering if y'all did. Also, yesterday's video uncut had no commercials in it. It did I don't think it had a pre-show either with Kelly Dodd and Rick Leventhal. It did have an after show, but there wasn't really much. I think it was just, I don't even know. I don't even think they said anything. It was just, the goodbyes. I'm going to walk you down, or we're going to go over to the show together, things like that. Today, though, Kyle Richards and Megan Weaver, they start off with a dating update. What throws me about this is the fact that, I want him to tell us everything, right? But I think about the people he's dating. And right, I really was in an 8.5-year relationship from 16 to 25. I was single for 15 months. And then I met my husband, who I've been married to since 2000. So I barely remember dating. But I remember being 15, barely six. I know I was driving, barely 16. And I was dating like 2 guys. And I thought that was okay. Not screwing, not sleepovers. Clearly I was, a sophomore in high school. And I remember the 2 guys, the one that became my boyfriend of 8.5 years, and the other guy said, look, we know you're dating other people, and we're not okay with that. Like, you need to settle down and figure out which one's going to be, which of us is going to be your boyfriend. So it is a fine line. That was, God, in the 80s, right? So it is a fine line of dating and whatever. But when you're on a national radio show and you're telling all the details, you're reading the text, you're talking about sleepovers, you're talking about asking them to shower, it's a lot. So Jeff tells us an update today and talks about, hey, now I'm going to start playing a little bit of games. So Kyle Richards, who's a really good friend of his, also says, look, I've been married now for, I think, 28 years. I think she said her anniversary was this past weekend, which was interesting. I don't think I follow Kyle Richards, but if she or Mauricio, wait a minute, I'm thinking of their birthday. I think somewhere I did see a post where they compared Mauricio's anniversary post from 2023 compared to 2024, and it was very different. It might have been a birthday post, I'm not sure. But she pretty much talks about, like, I wouldn't even know how to date in this world. But Jeff says he's going to try to delay his text messages. He's made some mistakes from drinking too much, oversharing. Shane had a couple of, when Luna gets quiet, then I'm like, oh, it's like a 3-year-old, right? Like, what are they doing? Shane had a couple of fun jabs in there, and the secondhand embarrassment that Megan and Kyle were talking about. I thought it was super fun. I hope the people that he's dating are either not listening to the show or have never Googled him and don't know about this, because I think that would be super awkward. We do know, he did tell us today, that the one guy in New York doesn't have SiriusXM, but he listened to the free podcast, the Wednesday or Friday, where Jeff talked about the shower scene. And, he was like, hey, I did want to be with you. I made that clear. So I don't know. It's, when you're dating a celebrity, it adds a whole other mix to it, right? No, not a celebrity that has a freaking live show 5 days a week, that his content is his personal life a lot of times. So the dating thing, and even Jeff says later, I struggle with the issue that I owe my listeners, I owe the chumps all what's going on in my life. And sometimes I have to realize maybe this isn't the best for me, but I think he's always said, even though he's on TV, Hollywood House Lifts, he was on Flipping Out, Interior Therapy, all that, I think radio is his love. Like, for some reason, I also feel like the after show, now that he's consistently, which I didn't get a chance to listen to it, the app messed up. It was right at 1 o'clock, and I thought, oh, I could rewind it, whatever. I, I mean, I'm a mom. I'm busy. I'm talking to my kids. I had to bring one of them lunch. I went by the bank. I mean, things happen. The cleaners come today, all the things. So, I didn't get to listen to the after show, so it messed up. Also, but since he's coming on there regularly for the first segment, I feel like he's really opening up more on the after show. I feel like he thinks, oh, it's kind of like a bubble. It's kind of maybe what I feel like when people, other people have their highest tier of a Patreon. They feel like, oh, I'm talking to my innermost fans. It's comfortable in here. I trust them, what have you. So maybe that's why some people put more content on those types of things. But it's probably why I felt more comfortable. Even though last night's Ask Me Anything was already scheduled before any of this drama, I have been going Ask Me Anything on Sunday nights at 7 Eastern ever since I started that option about 7 or 8 weeks ago. So since I was on an airplane Sunday night, I'd already decided I was going to do Monday because, also $4.99 to me is a lot a month. And I'm not going to bail on your content just because I was freaking busy in LA for 3 days. So I did the Ask Me Anything last night. So that's why that information is there. This is Reality Water Cooler, where we chat reality TV, Jeff Lewis, all my other obsessions, and a little bit of Sarah from Texas information. But I didn't want to, and I wasn't prepared, to be honest with you. It was a lot emotionally, to say the least. So, I probably needed a moment, but I also didn't have the time to address it on the show. Anyway, so hopefully Jeff will be surrounding himself with people he wants to date. I'm almost surprised, not really. I think several of the people are in New York. He's got a guy in Chicago. He hasn't mentioned him lately, but before he said, oh, we have a really great conversation. I think if one of us lived closer, if we weren't both so busy, I think there might be something more to the chiropractor guy in Chicago. The LA guy, we know he already dropped one of them. The young guy, the 32-year-old, whatever. Maybe somebody dropped him. I can't even keep up. I literally need a spreadsheet. Laura from Dallas needs to do a spreadsheet for us, just like she did for this past weekend's event. Kyle really opened up, though, a lot, and she answered a lot of questions, I think because she and Jeff are good friends and they have that kind of rapport. So he asked about the Beverly Hills ladies and how she talked about how they weren't that empathetic to her when she was going through her marital issues. She was really raw, really honest, and just factual about she thought she would be married to Mo for the rest of her life. They have 4 children together. Obviously, her oldest Pharaoh is with her other husband, but clearly Mo is a huge part of her life, and the 3 other biological daughters. She never planned on this, but she talks a lot about, clearly we've been married 28 years. Things have happened in the past. I was having babies and breastfeeding, and, issues would come up, then we'd push them aside. All normal marital stuff, right? Anyone that's been married longer than 5 years, maybe, I might say. I think some people start off with issues. They have issues before they get married. Some people don't. They have issues after they have kids. They have issues after the kids go away to college and fly the coop, what have you. They've been through a lot in 28 years. They're also both famous. I mean, have very high profile jobs, very wealthy, live in Beverly Hills where everything is looked at. She talks about seeing a paparazzi picture of her that was very unflattering and how that just made her freak out about, alcohol and what she was looking like and all the things. So, it's a very, more than a usual marriage. They are way more scrutinized publicly. They also have 2 famous sisters. She has 2 famous sisters, super famous nieces. I mean, they're in a whole other world that I can't even imagine, right? They cannot just go to Walmart and pick up a couple of things. I mean, they probably have people for that. I don't even know. So I thought the entire show did so much better for her. She didn't necessarily address the Morgan stuff, even though Jeff tried. He played "I Kissed a Girl" and I liked it for 2 of the intros. But she did talk about her, but she also said, "Look, I have a whole group. I have like 4 girlfriends that I text first thing in the morning. Morgan Wade is just one of those people. So when I'm with other people, they are just cut out of the picture, right? So they only want clearly what's going to sell, which is Morgan Wade and Kyle Richards together. So I just thought it was really good that she addressed it at all. Uh, Megan didn't really talk a ton, but even Kyle brought up, how long have you been sober? Megan Weaver's been sober now for 91 days. They didn't touch on it like they have in the past, whether this is sober or whether she had an issue with things. They didn't really talk about that. Jeff didn't really go there. Jeff kind of joked, I've been taking a slower on the alcohol intake myself. And selfishly, I love how you and Megan look. So I now want to keep taking it slower on the alcohol because, I'm into myself and I want to look better. So, but Kyle says, she's never looked better. She's never felt better. She's said it before, but she has huge anxiety issues. And the alcohol, even if she had 2 glasses of wine, the next day, on top of losing her absolute best friend from 2nd grade to a horrible way. I can't say it because YouTube will get in trouble, but ending her life. And then the issues with her marriage with Mauricio. She could not afford 1 day of depression. And that's what she felt. She didn't want to go to the gym. She would be like, I want to go to In-N-Out Burger. I mean, who doesn't want to go to, well, that's not really my thing. Cane's or Chick-fil-A. Who doesn't want the tortilla soup from Chick-fil-A? Oh my God. I'm actually making tacos and burritos tonight, but now I'm like, oh my God, I think I'll do that for the kids and the family. And I'm going to go to Chick-fil-A if they still have that soup. It's only available in the winter. If you've never had this chicken tortilla soup, first of all, it's really like a white bean soup. It's very healthy, actually, and a lot of fiber, which I need. Anyway, so good, but it'll probably go away soon. God, this is January 23rd. Shit, it's probably going to go away soon. But she talks about the Beverly Hills ladies are not some of her closest friends. Jeff explicitly talks about Dorit because she and Dorit and PK and Mo became really good friends, family vacations. That takes on a friendship of a whole other level when you're spending time with the couples, you're spending time with the families. That just amps up a relationship, but she just kind of didn't really address it. I think Kyle's in a very different place in her life, even though Dorit and PK are sharing marital problems also this season. You would almost think that would kind of trauma bond, if you will, Dorit and Kyle, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. So I don't know. What they say, sober feels better. I loved how I have pretty much, I mean, I was drinking wine coolers in 8th grade, okay? But the guy I dated from 16 to 25 is Chinese. He absolutely would tell me he's allergic to alcohol. We just weren't, he would get the red, the Asian glow, what have you. We just didn't surround ourselves by people that drank. I'm thinking of our whole prom weekend at the beach house with all of our friends. I don't even remember. I'd have to ask them to remind me if we remember. It was freaking a long time ago. I don't even know that we had alcohol. Like, I don't think our group of friends was just huge drinkers. So then I dated him from 20 till 25. We just weren't big drinkers. That's just not what we did. We didn't go to clubs and bars and what have I don't know what we I know what we did. We went to nice restaurants, we went to comedy clubs, we went out with couples, we went on vacations, we did a lot of stuff, but drinking was never a huge part of that life of me. Then I was single for about 15 months. Oh my God. I mean, if you're in Houston and you remember the Black Swan at the what was that hotel? Shit. Some hotel. Anyways, off Woodway. I have many a times, matter of fact, Angela and Isham and I were talking about this weekend, sat down to go to the bathroom at the Black Swan and I was spinning. I'm like, oh, dang, I had one too many cocktails. And that's just not how I like to feel. I don't need alcohol to open me up. As y'all know, I'm an open book all the time. So I don't need alcohol to relax me. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't vape. I don't need anything. uh, to do that for me. But I also don't like feeling out of control when I'm drinking too much. And I don't feel like I need that one drink, but it's always been a huge part of my life where neighbors, friends going out, oh, just have a drink. They feel like you're judging them if you're not drinking. Luckily, I have enough strength to be like, F off. Like, I don't have to drink to have fun. I can be the designated driver. I can have fun. I proved to everyone, trust me, how much fun I can have without alcohol. I don't like paying 22 to 25 bucks for a drink. I can't afford the calories. I don't need it to relax me. I don't want to feel crazy the next day and hungover. So it's never been a huge part of my life. And this is a huge part of what Megan, mostly Kyle, was talking about today was, just deciding now and how the girls, mainly the Beverly Hills girls, were kind of putting her down for not drinking anymore, which made me feel sad that at 50 something years old, there's like this peer pressure, but it's real. It really is there. It's almost like, I don't want to say misery loves company. I just almost feel like everyone wants an alcoholic drink in your hand. They want to feel like you need to relax yourself or you need alcohol to have fun too. And I'm like, but I don't. It's cold. Like, it annoys me. Like, Izzy, shout out Izzy. He bought me a shot at Tom Tom. He bought me a drink at High Tops, and I did them both. It was fine. It was fun. I absolutely wasn't drunk. Holding the shot, it was like I think it was like a pumptini, but as a shot, and I just kind of sipped on it 5 or 6. It was so super good. I love a super fruity, yummy drink and with vodka. And so thank you, Izzy. And the drink at High Tops, he just had him make me something, which was delicious. I don't even know what it was, but it didn't taste too strong, which I liked. But I didn't feel out of control or anything like that. But the cold drink and holding it, it was kind of rainy in LA that night, and I'm talking to people. I'd rather use my hands, hold my purse, hold my phone, things like that. So I understand the desire, how much more comfortable you feel with like a drink in your hand than not. So I was happy to do it and I had fun and everything. But once we got back to the speakeasy, other people offered to buy me drinks. I think Izzy offered to buy me another drink. I didn't. I had just had water because I feel comfortable in my own skin at 50 to be like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't want to be smashed. I want to remember everything. And I did, and I had a blast. We made so many good memories together. I mean, plans are already being made to go to other countries on vacation together. I mean, it's really fun. How much time do we have left? Okay, we still have pretty much time. Robin says, talking about drinking and alcoholism, a lot of these peeps, Jeff included, they are big drinkers. And I don't feel like people that drink a lot aren't really in the right state of mind. Okay, that was a lot to say. Beverly, 700 people are here and she's chatting about drinking. I doubt that's why people are here. Well, if you're not here to chat reality TV and Jeff Lewis, then you might want to go somewhere else because I don't know what to tell you. That's what Reality Water Cooler is. And, yeah. So you're welcome to start your own podcast. Thank you, Mayboo. Hang in there, Sarah. I have gotten so much love and support. So many DMs, so many texts, so many calls. How are you? I hate that you're going through this. This is horrific. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sincerely. Thank you sincerely for that. I just can't give any light to sad humans. It doesn't do me well. They're not happy. It doesn't change their mind. I get people that complain. That's all you do is talk about the haters. Don't talk about the haters. And I get riled up because I'm like, the lies and the exaggerations I can't deal with. But at some point, it's like, I know the facts. If anyone has any questions, reach out to me. Jeff Lewis, if you have any questions, call me. No, I'm not your friend. But if you have concerns about me and your daughter and what I'm doing or crossing a line, or if I'm going to try to reach out to the chumps to gather insider information about you and use it on my podcast, that's something I would love to clear up with you directly. And that's why I reached out to you and Shane, DM, text, phone call, Friday, January 12th, no answer. And I reached out to you on Friday, January 19th to reach out to you, and yesterday morning. No, not Friday. I was traveling. I never didn't know anything. I reached out to you in a text yesterday morning, January 22nd, to say, can I have 5 minutes of your time to clear this up and apologize? And no answer. So I get it. It is what it is. So, what else? No, Greta, did Jeff ever text you back? Not that I'm aware of, but I don't have my phone on right now. So, Leah Sawyer says, I enjoy a cocktail, not on the daily, but on the weekends. Yep. And I do. I like the flavor. I don't like the flavor of wine. I don't like wine at all. I never got the taste of beer. I don't like brown liquors, never been sicker. I don't like vodka. I really like the sugary crap that's really bad for you. I eat so much sugar. I love dessert. I had a lot of amazing bread at our brunch Sunday at the Beverly Hills Hotel, the Polo Lounge. It was really good. Not the best bread I've ever had. The best bread I've ever had. What was the name of it? Who was I with? Sherry. Oh my God, who all was at dinner that night? The Saturday night or Sunday at BravoCon, Sunday night at BravoCon, after one of the Watch What Happens lives we were at, a group of us went to the dinner. That's Martha Stewart's restaurant inside one of the hotels in Las Vegas. And you buy the bread bowl. It's like $15. It was so worth it. So, but bread and butter is not my biggest thing. Sweets and dessert are. So I'm always going to look at the dessert menu for sure. Oh, Darla says wine gives me heartburn. By the way, if you are new here, thank you for dropping in. If you love Chatting Reality TV and Jeff Lewis Live, all the things, join me weekdays on YouTube Live. It goes up as a replay instantly. It goes up as a podcast everywhere called Jeff Lewis Obsessed. About 10 minutes after the show ends, we usually go for about 45 minutes. I always try to listen to the Jeff Lewis Live after show too, but I'm in Texas, so that ends at 1 o'clock and I go live at 2 p.m. So when the app is not my friend and I'm 30 seconds late to pausing it, then I'm screwed, because then they don't bring up the show again until hours later. So I definitely make all my shows a priority, but life is busy and I just came off a huge trip. So I was unpacking longer than usual, doing a little more laundry, taking clothes to the dry cleaners that I normally don't take clothes to the dry cleaners. I'm in my gym clothes already. I mean, I'm ready to go to the gym tonight to do body pumps. So it's Tuesday, So I just got dressed for the gym already because it's a cold rain. No, it's not cold. It's 60 something degrees, but let me think. It is 69 degrees and drizzly, rainy. So I just want to be comfortable. Oh, you have to tell me how. Kim says you can actually finagle, I love that word, the app to listen on demand, but it's a challenge. Tell me how to do that. I'll try to make a video. Ew, wait, what? Darla. Oh my God, I love y'all in comments so much. Tequila makes me break out in handcuffs. You have to tell me more about that. Wait, what? I've seen that peanut butter whiskey and peanut butter beer. I don't know. I do like the flavored vodkas. So years ago, my neighbor is a wine rep. So she had what's that brand? Oh my God, she's a wine rep. Oh my God, if you told me, I would know it. It's a vodka brand. Shvetka. Anyways, she brought over to a party one time, orange sickle something, and these other flavors. Oh my God, they were so good. But we don't really drink much at home, so we probably let them expire. I probably had to throw them out. Yes. Oh, thank you, Kim. You are loved. Don't let this get you down. Thank you. Again, I'm a facts girl, so that's what drives me the craziest. Also, some of these public allegations are very damaging to me personally and privately. So it can make people believe that I've gone after Monroe when I haven't. So that's very disturbing. Hiccups, maybe she meant. Oh, instead of handcuffs, maybe she meant hiccups. I'm dying. Nick James, International, please. put down the phone. What does that mean? I looked at the weather. Nick James lives in uh, Puerto Rico, and he sent me the sweetest video last night and showed me the ocean and just said, keep your chin up. It was a really sweet video. So thank you. But it reminded me, oh my God, Nick, I live 50 minutes from, I'm in the Gulf of Mexico, not the greatest water, but I'm like, I love the ocean. So I need to put my feet in the sand sometime this week. So I'm going to make that a priority for sure. As Shane would say, stop, put down the phone. Yeah. What else? Yes. I don't really know any reality TV gossip going on. Tonight is episode 3 of Salt Lake City Reunion. Jeff Lewis, not Jeff Lewis, Andy Cohen last week, maybe it was Friday, Thursday, I can't remember. One of the Jeff Lewis chumpettes actually called in because she told me at the live event Saturday, she was the one that called in and said that Monica's like a Jekyll and Hyde from Salt Lake City. And then she asked Andy specifically, and Andy answered, excuse me, what did production know about Monica? Did she know about Reality Von Teese? And he said they knew none of that. They only knew that she had worked with Jen Shaw and that she had something to do with the legal takedown of Jen Shaw. So very interesting. Very interesting. Diane, I love, by the way, get comfortable in comments. This is why I do this live. I love reading your comments. I don't want to do a traditional podcast for my weekday stuff. Starting Sunday, January 28th, as I promoted weeks ago on my live when I had pajamas on, I was like, coming soon is a Sarah in Texas podcast. More, and that'll be on Sundays. So Sundays, I haven't determined the exact time I will launch it, but it will be not a live. It'll be more of a traditional podcast where I have guests on. So I've been wanting to do that for a while, and it will be called Sarah from Texas in my jammies or whatever I end up deciding. I'm not sure. But I love going live with y'all so we can chat back and forth. I love hearing your comments. Sounds like the New York guy isn't making too much time for Jeff. He's not used to this. And I think that's a fine line. I'm trying to get your comment off. It's a fine line, Diane, of Jeff wanting someone that's as successful as him, or at least not, slacking in life at his age, but not his age, not 53. But I think it's a fine line when these people are busy. But also, I think these guys could be playing a little bit of a game, just like Jeff is, of like, oh, I'm busy. I've got my, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But the guy that said like, oh, I'm going to a movie, whenever he's the one that asked Jeff out, even Shane said, come on, a movie? Like, be it, a business appointment, my mother's birthday. I mean, make it something more than just a movie with a friend. I don't know. I think Jeff will be in a relationship sooner than we think. I think he is narrowing the field. He has said this because he likes to be in a relationship. But a lot of he didn't really tell us too much about the date from last night. He said it was a hookup, but not a blind date. Like he knew what he looked like. I wonder if it's the person that Andy Cohen's been trying to hook him up with for a while. But I think it needs to be someone in LA. I think with having, Monroe that you co-parent with Jeff going to New York a lot, but it needs to be someone that's a little flexible with their personal and professional schedule because Jeff likes a lot of time. And his schedule is I think he's trying to make it to where he's spending his time with guys, at least until they're official and more serious. When he's spending his time with Monroe, is he goes on dates and sleepovers, when he's not with Monroe. So, but he also does all these dates, these work dinner dates where he can kind of interview people and, get to know. That's why he does the coffees. That way he can, like he told Kyle this morning, I missed that. What were they saying? We only have 3 more minutes. So get comfortable in comments if you have something. Oh, I'm missing all the sorry, y'all I was scrolling down the comments. Laura says you should change your podcast name. Give me ideas. What should it be? Give me ideas. What else? I forgot what I was saying totally. Like, I'm so tired. So last night I was sleeping, and then I woke up in the middle of the night and got a couple of DMs that from earlier, and then responded and made the decision that was not a good decision. So I deleted it, and obviously somebody screenshot it and has already posted it everywhere, which is, how life happens. So anyways, I didn't get as much sleep as normal. So if I'm glossy eyed, that's why. Um, yes, true, Leah. The Gulf of Mexico is great in Alabama, not in Texas. My sister took me to Galveston, not for me, but Gulf Shores, sugar and beaches. I love Gulf Shores. We've done it 2 summers in a row. But last summer we kept driving a little bit further. Destin, Miramar Beach in particular, was like the Caribbean. And honestly, Gulf Shores in Orange Beach was not like that for the condo that we stayed at. And I think you can have different times where the water is churned up and whatever. For us in Alabama, the Gulf looked brown and muddy, just like it did in Galveston. Destin last summer in June looked amazing. It was stunning, like Mexico. Stunning. Oh, I love that, Mary. Comfy in Comments is a good podcast name. I sort of love that. Get comfy in comments. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Jeff needs someone like Gage. Silent strength. Sorry, not sorry. He's too bossy. I mean, Gage worked alongside him, but I mean, worked for him as a partner for at least 10 years. So, and then he's tried to make it work a few more times. So, anyways, who knows? Reality Sarah, that's not a terrible name either. I love it. Thank you so much for joining live. Onwards and upwards. This is a safe place to chat reality TV, Jeff Lewis, all the things. So I hope you're here for that. If you are, please subscribe, please comment, please hit the thumbs up button. I'm Jeff Lewis Obsessed on every social media. This will go up as a podcast. It also goes up as a replay instantly. So thank you again, Chumpettes, so much. And I adore you. I will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern with, oh my God, who is the people? Oh my God, Stassi and MJ. Oh my God, this week is amazing. The after show is always amazing. So let me go see if I can listen to the after show now. I'm also about to run by Crumble Cookies, because an amazing fan turned friend, Chantel, sent me a gift certificate to you, like an email gift from Crumble Cookies, just to brighten my day. And thank you so much, sincerely. Thank you all, everyone, for the amazing messages. I keep them coming. If you've never reached out to me, know that I would appreciate the positivity. I really would. Of all times, I would appreciate the positivity. Bye, Chumpats.